What's up, my YouTubers, and welcome to Tuesday's Prison Talk. Well, what's up, my YouTubers, and welcome to Prison Talk Tuesdays. All right, and for my intro, what's up, my YouTubers, and welcome to Prison Talk Tuesday. All right, so I have a few things to say for my intro first. One, the things I say in this video is not only the things based on my own opinion, but a few others as well. I will not be using names except for a few of my friends that I have made, but this is the raw truth, and so let's begin. What is up? All right, so we are now in week 7, and I'm still in the same outfit because, like I said last week and the week before, I am trying to film a bunch of these videos all in one. So, in week 7, first thing we're going to talk about is the CDC and the health department because of a few things I talked about in the last 2 weeks, which is the mold, the sewer systems backing up, the kitchen, how they were still cooking in the kitchen that was had sewer issues and the water backing up. Let's see what else. We would get things. Apparently, the kitchen workers would come and say that we had mealworms in some of the food. There was dead bugs in some of our food. And obviously, they didn't really notice until they started cooking the food. But oh yes. Then there was termites or some kind of weird bugs in the toilet paper, so they had to throw a bunch of that out. Oh yes. Broken toilets. Well, for the A and B side in the Canary unit, their toilets they had a lot more toilets that were broken, sinks that were broken. They would try to fix them and they never got fixed. The showers, the nozzles were some of them were broken. They still worked, but they just had no spigot, I guess, or whatever it's called. So yeah, there's a lot of things wrong, and this is in the Canary unit that they said they renovated, and they didn't. And in the main unit with the C dorm and some of the other dorms, like I said, there's mold and everything else issues, and I highly doubt they're ever going to actually fix that. When I was talking about the renovations, what they were going to do is they were going to, I guess, gut. Supposedly they were going to gut it or deep clean them with like some industrial cleaners, and then fix the AC and the heat and all that stuff. We'll see. I obviously don't ever plan to go back to prison, but I know there's people who are there who are lifers or who are there for years, or there's people who are facing prison terms. So these are some of the things that might help them if you guys do stumble on my videos that you can talk about with your loved ones. So in the Canary unit, we had a lot of pack outs for breakfast. I mean, the hard boiled eggs, the cereal, and toast and fruit. We had a lot. I think it's because nobody wanted to work in kitchen, which is weird because it's the highest paying job, but the officer who um, oversees the kitchen works these people to death, and they don't pay enough, even though it's the highest paying job besides work release. It doesn't pay enough, and they work you to death. But on the rare moments that we get a rare hot breakfast, you do want to get up for that breakfast. You really do, because even if it's grits, which I don't eat, I got up mostly if it was a coffee cake day, and sometimes I get up for oatmeal, but there was a lot of times I just didn't care. But yeah, on the rare hot breakfast days, I did get up. I did get a mammogram, which took, I swear, forever. I think this is the second mammogram I've ever had. They did they said they found some abnormalities, abnormal, you know the word. And I think it's because years ago, I think in this arm, my right side, they discovered years and years ago that I might have a third boob, and I think that the thickness that they saw in the mammogram could have been from that. So, but they just said follow up on the outside, so I have to do that. Still, I have to do that. I haven't done that yet. Locker searches and trunk beds. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to talk about last week. So yes, it was open pod or open dorms with it was 32 or 34 beds So that's no, that's how many girls were in there. So, anyways, then you had a locker at the foot of bed. Then you had two lockers per bed, or one locker, one trunk per bed, and a locker per bed. So you had plenty of storage, sort of. We'll just put it this way. For people who are long termers or who order a lot of craft items, there's not enough storage. But the trunk, I used the trunk for all of the things that I would order off a canteen. So because I only had one lock, and it was not worth it at all to buy another one. And they don't always have locks on Canteen to buy. And yes, you could buy one from somebody else, but I just had one lock. So I put all my stuff that I didn't want anybody to steal in my trunk, and I locked that. And then I kept my prison stuff or the stuff I didn't care about in my locker. Um, but yeah, they could do random locker searches, or if they suspect you obviously have anything, they're going to do locker searches. There was one guard, cunt, and I'm sorry to use that word, but I swear, not going to say her name, but she purposely not only degrades everybody, she has a stick up her butt. She walked like she had something up her butt all the time because she walked like she was constipated, and it seemed like she had a fake butt because you know those shorts or the underwear that had the fake butts in them. Yeah, because there's no way that with her body size she had the butt, baby. But we hated her. We hated her. We hated her. Every time she would come in, you had to open your lockers, which didn't bother any of us because basically what they're searching for is they knew we had pack outs for breakfast every morning. They want to make sure that we didn't have any milk or anything else. One, if you're going to have milk or fruit in your locker, hide it. And if they're going to do locker searches, hide it in your laundry bag. There are places to hide stuff. I mean, it's not that difficult to hide things. It's really not. But if they're doing like an actual locker search, obviously you can't have any boxes in your locker. And with that being said, if you have like a shoe box, you have to have your shoes in there. Um, because we would take the boxes and we would make shelves in our lockers. Well, she said that it would attract bugs, which we've never seen any bugs. And if there was bugs, they would go after the people who had the fruit, you would think. We've never seen any bugs in the Canary unit. That's one thing that we were lucky with because at the main campus they had spiders, roaches, everything else. I mean, it's just disgusting. But we never saw any bugs. Couple snakes, couple frogs. But other than that, no bugs. But yeah, she was just horrendous. And then like if there's a locker that was messy, because I mean, let's face it, some people just throw their stuff in the locker and don't even care because I mean, not everybody's gonna have a clean locker. She would literally go through and call you out and say, "Oh, that locker's nasty. Oh, I'd hate to see how you live at home." And it's like, you know, I understand it's prison, but I mean, that's a whole different issue. But yeah, there's a lot of guards that are just like horrendous. One of the sergeants, by the way, if she did come and you knew she was working that day, your bed, make sure there's nothing on your bed. Your bed had to be made. You cannot sleep under your blankets. I mean, she'll randomly come by and she will make sure. And when I say nothing on your beds, I mean you can have a water bottle and maybe toilet or like yeah, you can have like a water bottle and maybe toilet paper. That's it. But most of the time you can't have anything else. You can't have anything underneath your pillows, underneath your mats, because they will flip your mat up and make sure there's nothing under there. What I would do, oh, this is my trick. If I had my folders and stuff that I didn't want to put in my locker because I didn't know when I was going to want to write something down or look at my stuff and I'm not going to get up and down out of my bed 40,000 times every time I want to go into my notebook. So what I would do is I'd make my bed and I would put my folder underneath my blanket, and then I would lay down on top of my blanket underneath my robe. That way, or I put my robe because you can't have your robe um, down there, but you have to like act like you're using it, if that makes sense. Like you can't go to class and have your robe on your bed. But I knew ways to hide my stuff in my bed, not underneath my mat, to where I could keep it on my bed, and I rarely like I never got caught. So let's see. Oh yes, moving people around the dorms randomly for no reason whatsoever. I swear the guards would just get bored and would move people around. So I went, it was Thursday. Um, let's see, I didn't write down the date, but let's just say it was a Thursday sometime in, um, I went from bed C25 to C27. And then on Sunday, 9:15, I went from C27 to D11. And then on Wednesday, 9:18, I went from D11 to C31. And then on Saturday, that Saturday, I went from C31 to D25. And they supposedly said that anybody in the D pod was not assigned to classes or work. So they were kind of like the leftovers. And the C pod was for people who were in classes. A was for the people who are in kitchen or cosmetology and stuff like that. And then B was for the ACDC people, a drug program people, which then they said that they were going to move all the drug program people back up to the main unit because it's too much. It was too much for them to transfer them every single day to go up the hill, even though, but that's beside the point. Yeah, so I got moved for no reason whatsoever. And I mean, they would get bored and they'd move. And when I say move, what we would do is we wouldn't even unpack our trunks. We would just exchange the trunks for the other trunk. And we would take our mattresses instead of making our beds, and we would just take our mattress and move them. I mean, it was so much easier. It was just, yeah, it was so much easier. It depends on the guards though, because some of the guards did not want you to do that. It's like, what difference does it make if we have this mat or this mat? Why would we strip our beds down, keep the mat here when we're just going to have another mat? But the guards made it difficult. So, and that's another thing with locker searches and stuff. Luckily, I never had my locker searched or my trunk searched. Luckily, I did get in trouble for having boxes in my locker, and I yelled at the cunt guard about that, and almost got written up for that. But I put her in her place, so we'll put it that way. And I did not get written up for it. So, yeah. What when they have locker and trunk searches, basically the sergeant or the guard or whatever will come with a huge trash bag or a couple trash bags, and they'll just randomly, it doesn't matter, makeup, coffee, doesn't matter. They'll just randomly throw everything in the trash bag, and then they'll put it out in the day room and they'll search it. And that sucks too, because then it may not be a code time and you're stuck in your dorm. So that's another reason why you want your tablet. We did have TVs though. We did have TVs, luckily, in our dorms. So, but most of the time we just read or slept or something else. But yeah. And then they just kind of like, they're so rude about it. They throw everything on a table. They don't care if things are open or not. Somebody had coffee all over their makeup. Somebody had, they had, what is it called? Face found like liquid foundation, and that was thrown all over their items. I mean, like, it's just, they're rude. I understand that they're looking for drugs or whatever else, and people put things in places. I do understand that. So they have to kind of, but there's a way to do it, you think, right? No, they don't care. And do you get refunded? Like, let's say you just opened that bag of coffee and our coffee prices went up. They went up to like $4 a bag instead of $2 a bag. And I know that may not seem like a lot, but it is a lot in prison. That $2 makes a huge difference. And sometimes $5. And they wouldn't care. If you just opened that bag and had one cup of coffee, they'd dump your entire bag of coffee out. Oh, yeah. Oh, they did not care. And you would not get refunded for it. So that was a huge issue. Huge issue. I don't know if they ever. We would write complaints, grievances was what they're called. We would write grievance, which I did not have a grievance paper to show you guys, but we would write grievances over grievances on a lot of things, and a lot of the guards would get in trouble, but nothing was done about it. So another reason why. And I know that's all prisons all around. I know that is, but we already talked about the cosmetology. Like I said, I didn't have a chance to get mine done. The angel tree. If you are incarcerated, it doesn't matter if you get out before Christmas or after Christmas. If you are incarcerated and Christmas is coming up, you have the opportunity to apply for an angel tree for your kids. And it doesn't matter how many kids you have to write one out for each individual kid. Unfortunately, since when I got out, we didn't have our phones. I put my old phone number down, and I was trying to get one for the triplets, and my daughter early, but I don't think that ever happened. I don't know if there's a way to look that up when you get out, but I did sign up for that. So that was something really, really nice that the prison does do, is that the angel trees for the prisoners. Shower shoes and prison shoes, we sort of talked about last week. Like I said, they do give you one pair of prison shoes. You could change them out every 3 months. It's a requisition form. So if your shoes are looking kind of messed up or whatever, or they're too small or they're falling apart, you get, you can, if there's a huge issue with your shoe, you have to wait every 3 months for requisition to come, or whenever they tell you. And prison shoes were kind of like a really rare thing because supposedly they ran out. Like like I said, reception wasn't even getting shower shoes anymore. And we did get new prison shoes, which were more comfortable than the old ones. But I used my prison shoes as backups. Like um, when I didn't want to wear my courts, I used them as backups. Um, Football pools. My dorm, it was funny. My dorm decided to start a football pool when football season started. It was $1 to play. And then it's $1 per card, I guess. And you can pick, whoever wins. I mean, if you've ever done a football pool, you pick your team, who's going to win. And then what it is, it's not like actual money. It's, $1 worth of canteen. So if you want like 2 cards, and let's say ramen noodles is 38 cents, so you put like 3 ramen noodles in, you put shampoo in, you put a pop in, and then whoever wins the pool wins that packet. One of my friends, and I will shout out to her real name is Patricia, but we called her Nikki. She started the awesome idea. Nope, I'm sorry, well, I'm still shouting her out, but um Lindsay is she started the awesome idea to do a giveaway bag to people who are indigent. What it is every week she would pick a different person from a dorm and give them whatever you could donate. Like I donated some things because I knew that I had people on the outside who could give me money, and there were people in there who didn't have that. And even though I didn't have much to give, and sometimes I only had, like one drink pack that I could spare, I still felt good giving it to somebody else who had like nothing. And um, so we, if you wanted to, you didn't have to, but if you wanted to donate to this indigent bag or something, it was just something she started, and it was really nice because a lot of people, you would be surprised, a lot of these women who have absolutely nothing, who are so grateful for that. Even if like it's just, I mean, you could buy a bar of soap for like $1.20 or 98 cents. You can buy a better bar of soap than the prison soap for 98 cents and donate it. I mean, you don't have to, but yeah, so that was always something that she did. Um, we already talked about how many books I read. I said I read a HRD. I did realize that HRD and FOF. FOF was Focus on Freedom, and HRD was um, Human Resource Development. And it's there's one more class. Those were taught by the same person. I took Focus on Freedom first, and then I took HRD. And we were supposed to have a graduation from HRD. It was supposed to be, let's see, I graduated Monday, October 14th. I think that was actually our um, graduation day, but we were supposed to graduate before that because we graduated in the summer. And I did do, I was supposed to do a poem and a speech, and we never got to because our graduation actually ran kind of long. We were supposed to, there was only 7 of us in my class, and then there was like 12 in the new class. And they decided since our class was so small, they would just graduate us all together in one. And with that many people, they just didn't have time to do all the stuff. What was really nice about it is that we got 5 invites per person. Me and my friend Nikki, um, were the only 2 in the Canary unit who were in this class. And somehow they had, I think Lindsay was in there too, actually. I think Lindsay was. Maybe it's me and Lindsay. I apologize. If either of them do see this video, I apologize because it's now February, so it's been a little bit, my mommy brain is woo. Either way, they had somehow, yeah, it was me, Lindsay, and Nikki, because they somehow forgot about us three in the Canary unit to give us invites. Lindsay got some, and I think Nikki got some, but they forgot about me. And then, so they had to share them with me. And then, so we got 5 invites each. And when I say 5 invites each, that person, whoever you invite, has to bring that invite with you. They go up to the main unit, they get snacks. It's just something to say, hey, would you like to celebrate with me that I graduated this class? I guess it's a way. I loved the class. Our teacher was almost never there, so we really, really didn't really go that often. And transportation, like I said, was an issue because they didn't feel like taking us half the time. So yeah, and I felt like we really weren't in this class, and our teacher didn't really teach us much. Um, she just had a lot that she did, like on the outside, and she was really, really nice. She just liked to talk a lot and about things that, but um, it was a good class. I do recommend it if you ever have a chance. If you are incarcerated, or if you have somebody who is incarcerated, tell them to take Focus and Freedom and HRD. You do get credits for it. You do get a certificate, which I think I have mine. Let's see. Do I have my certificate? I have. Let's see. This is from. I think this one was from my very first class I took, which I can't remember what it was now. I talked about it in one of my weeks. Let's see. Here we go. This is the certificate from Wake Tech. This is a Focus on Freedom. I know it says eligibility skills, but that's, you get a little certificate, ethics and character. Um, this was a good class. The commercial printing class, that was really, really cool. And then, I also took Month to Read, and that's that one. So, but you get a, graduation, which I have somewhere. I have so many papers on my bed, but anyways, that's beside the point. It's a way to feel like you actually accomplished something. And if you are in GED classes or any other type of class, you do have a graduation ceremony. And it's really nice because a lot of people miss that. Some people get arrested very, very young or drop out of high school and then they go back. So it's nice that they do that. We did have an opportunity, this art class thing, which is really, really fun. It's stitchingstories.com, and I will link that below if you guys want to look that up. It's basically these this charity group that goes around to all the prisons all over the state. I don't know if they do the men's and the females, but I know that they go at least to the females. And you create a piece of artwork, any type of artwork. I heard about this years ago when they would make quilts. Each prisoner would make one square of a quilt, and then they would make a huge giant quilt. We got to do boxes, and they were going to display this art thingy um, all over the state for this art show of different boxes. They're going to make like this really cool art thing. But yeah, I'll link that below. You do have to sign up for that, and then that was something fun. They only take so many people. Uh, let's see. Emergency undies. Oh yes. So somehow, I don't know why, you're only given like 9 pairs of underwear. Somehow, over time, I ended up with like 3 pairs of underwear. I don't know if the laundry was eating them. I know there's an instant where they're not made the best, but my what's it called? The rubber band part, the elastic part was coming undone. So it came undone so much that it wasn't even staying up on my body. And luckily, one of my other friends that I met was in the clothing house. So I was like, do you have any underwear? And she's like, yeah, technically you're supposed to wait till requisition. But I told her I had like 3 pairs. And she's like, oh, no, no, no. Extra duties. Okay. So since we got the guards, a lot of guards in trouble for writing us up, especially the C1, because they were writing a lot of girls up for just absolutely no reason whatsoever. It was just the guards were PMSing and they were just like, okay, we're writing you up. Now, if you have a legitimate reason to be wrote up, yes. But I mean, so instead of writing people up, they gave you the opportunity to do an extra duty instead. So you don't get wrote up and you don't have to pay, because then they realize that they're writing people up so much and a lot of these people don't have the money. So they're just wasting, this time. And a lot of these people didn't even care if they got wrote up at all, because they're like, okay, whatever. So, and when I'm saying extra duties is like they would have you um, clean the day room or go outside and do yard work or, with the janitors, clean the bathrooms. They'd give you like, stupid stuff like that. And then, um, like I said, the Mother Read class, I did sign up for that. You do have to register for that early. That's another thing I highly, highly recommend is Mother Read. Basically what it is you read kids' books, you talk about them, and then you get to write your own, you get to record your own little books at the end, and you get to take some books home. Well, they mail them home, but you get to make like cards and stuff for your kids, and it's a really good class. And like I said, I got this little certificate from it. And then we got to graduate from that. We got a little goodie bag from that. We also got a little goodie bag from the head of the education department from graduating from. If you taken any summer classes, everybody who took summer classes got a goodie bag. And that was awesome because we got a huge thing of cappuccino. We got Pop Tarts, popcorn, nuts. It was like you got a ton of stuff for this graduation present. And we were, we did not expect that. And that was nice. I did trade out the couple things just because I didn't like the Kool-Aid. So I traded that out, which, oh my God, it was hilarious. When I said I'm trading this out, I should say there was 8 packs, 8 individual packs, and I gave 8 people one. Oh my God, it was hilarious. I'm just, oh my God, because the funny thing about that is that the canteen, we didn't get a truck in for a while, so everybody was running really, really low on items, and everybody's like, oh my God. So, but yeah, I think that's everything for week 7. Again, I'm going to say it probably every single week that I'm probably forgetting something. If I do, I'll find it later on. And on that note, any questions, comments, concerns, or advice, please list those below. And until week 8, you guys stay awesome. Bye. If you if you have been or know somebody who has been incarcerated in New Hanover County, if you have been if you If you personally have been or know somebody who has been or is still currently incarcerated in North Carolina Correctional Institution for Women located in Raleigh, North Carolina, and would like to help do something about helping these women out, please like this video, comment below, and share this video. We need to be the voices on the outside to help these females. Please be kind to each other in the comments and stay awesome. Bye.